on one of the other systems, so we'll all be on in a sec. But yeah, good to see everyone.
Okay, and we're live on the computers as well. We are trying to do all the things here across all of Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So give us a moment while we get organized here. I haven't got the Instagram live yet. It doesn't appear. Oh, where is it?
I don't know. I'm
does
on
it
here,
say you're live?
I'm lonely. Yeah, there's 12 users we got on here.
Oh, well, why can't I see it?
I don't know.
It doesn't show me you're live yet.
Oh, I seem to be on fire.
Oh, there we go. I just got the notification. Sorry, guys, just bear with us for a few moments here. Oh, okay, hang on.
Yeah, we'll be set up in a second.
This is the first time we've ever done this across all the platforms.
Yeah, we've had a bit of feedback before that people on some platforms can't comment and on others they can't. So we're just setting up. We're setting it up across a number of them so that everybody can kind of comment.
It's still not showing me that we're live on Instagram, which is weird.
Oh, here, hang on. Maybe I just muted. There we go. Are we on?
Oh, here we go. Happening now. How do I get into it? What the heck? Huh. Okay, we got Tyson here. Yeah. Awesome.
You didn't put it live yet? Because I don't see it.
I know, I don't see it either.
I guess somebody, Andy, you want to start it, or Andrew, you start it, or should I start it?
No, Andrew started it on Lyric Cycles already.
Okay.
Apparently not.
You haven't? Oh.
Let me go
there. Me, I gotta update it.
Okay.
Technology, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, and we've got people on Facebook and YouTube. Comments are coming in. Okay, great. Okay. We're almost there, guys. Just give us like 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
To get Instagram up and running, and then we'll get this rolling.
Blame it on the supermodel. Just tell him that. So I had to get my hair done or something.
It's all Tyson's fault.
He's getting his hair done.
How are you, by the way?
I'm good. It's starting to get warm again, like temperature wise, because we've been having like maybe 80 in the day and then like 69, 68 at night, Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay.
And then now it's gone to like 88, 89 in the daytime, Fahrenheit. And then we're getting like 77 nights.
Well, I'm in Calgary and it's still about 0 degrees Celsius. I don't know, a little bit warmer, but
yeah. Here we go. All right, I'm here.
Okay. I see you, Andrew. I'm in Calgary. Uh-oh.
Let me turn on my thing.
How do I stop this?
There we go. Okay, I just did my request. We got a delay.
We do. Okay, and we got to turn our volume down too.
Okay.
If you turn it down on your phone.
Turn the volume down on the computer, yeah.
If you turn it down on your phone, and then we'll talk through the computer because this
is
live.
Okay. I'll turn it down on the phone. Yeah. All right. We'll talk through the computer. Okay.
Okay, and I am in on Instagram. Okay, we did it. We did it.
Yay! Technology.
Okay. Well, welcome everyone. We're excited to be here. I'm Andy. I'm one of the co-founders. We've got Andrew, the other co-founder, and Tyson, who is one of our collaborators on the 305 Ghost. So we're super pumped to be able to hang out with you guys today. We're going to talk all about the updates that we made to both the Voodoo and the Ghost, which are in production right now, and they will be shipping in June. So we're getting very close, and we've made some pretty incredible updates that we're super excited to share with you guys today. One thing I want to just announce before we get going.
We got
Someone saying there's a bad echo in the backdraft.
Okay, let's try. This might not work then.
What up, Alan Lane?
I wonder if I can.
We got SBI Bike Magazine in the house.
I wonder, I have my volume completely turned down on Instagram.
Yeah,
I think what's probably happening is it's going to hear us through the computer and then on here too.
Yeah, because mine's not all the way down. It's just a little piece. Maybe I. What if we turn off the mics on Instagram? But then they won't
be able to hear. Damn it. I didn't think this through very well. I thought we could make this work, but it might not work on all of them at once.
All right, so which one do we get rid of? We can't get rid of Instagram, so we might have to do the. Can we turn the volume down on the StreamYard or no?
I think anybody that's not on Instagram, I think you should go over and jump on Instagram, and let's just do that one.
Okay.
Okay.
Andy, is that going to mess with your plans at all?
Yes.
Somebody said echo is gone.
So
they say it's good now. It's good now.
Is it okay now?
Yeah. Addicted.
Okay, well then let's just continue. And if things aren't sounding good,
if it goes crazy again, guys, let us know.
People are saying it sounds fine on YouTube and Facebook. So okay, so real quick, we do have an amazing promo on right now. We have both the Voodoo and Ghost $1,000 off. So the sale's been on for the last few days.
How long will the sale last?
Until Friday. So if you have been taking your time, we're going to answer all of your questions today. So hopefully you'll have all the information you need to make a decision and pull the trigger on that.
These sales are ridiculous. We're giving these things away.
Okay,
right
so
now.
it's Andrew's computer that's making the echo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, one sec. You guys keep going. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. So Andy, let's keep going. What else is going on?
Yeah, so with the sale, I put the link in the chat already. It's right at the top, so you guys can.
Did you pin it?
And the code, which is on the product page, is Spring 1000. So you're going to use that in the
Spring in caps.
Yeah, Spring 1000 to save $1,000. So make sure you get your orders in by Friday.
Right.
Now we're going to go through a bunch of the questions up front here. We're going to talk through a bunch of the updates, and then we'll get through a few of the questions that everyone has kind of been asking. But in the meantime, keep your questions coming in the chat, and we will get to all of them. So I'm
reading the chat. So those of you who are sending hearts and hellos, I'm just going to wave every time you send one because it's going to interrupt every time. Okay. But thank you for all the love. I see everybody on there.
Okay. So why don't we kick off with some of the feature updates? Okay. So we've made, both the Voodoo and Ghost are pretty consistent in their performance. So we have 65 plus miles per hour, and we're going to put a little emphasis on the plus there. We're saying 65, but take that for what it's worth with the little plus symbol.
Yeah, I can speak for like you guys and say that I wrote it, and those of you who saw me in South Beach with it, that thing is fast. It was, you saw me, I was moving, and at certain points I was like, I wish I would have put my helmet on because it was going that fast. So, I just want people to know it is 65 plus, and it's for real.
Yes. Now, we also made a pretty big update, switching from a hub drive to a mid-drive motor. And we've had a lot of people asking about that.
Mm-hmm.
We made that switch for a number of reasons. So, Andrew, why don't you walk us through that?
Yeah. So,
and Andrew, tell the people who you are so they don't think you're some random white guy just on this call.
No, I absolutely am.
No, you're not.
I'm also echoing. I'm going to go get my headphones.
Okay, go ahead.
So I'm Andrew. I'm one of the co-founders at Lyric Cycles, and I'm sort of in charge of the design and engineering of the bikes. And
you are the guy that I bounce all my crazy ideas off of, and you tell me, no, Tyson, you can't do that. And yes, Tyson, we can do that.
So I was pretty worried when we first gave Tyson the bike in South Beach. I was worried when he jumped on and he just decided to fire down the bike lane about as fast as he could go. I was like, okay, I don't want to kill our collaborator here, but
no, I am a bit of a daredevil. I didn't even ask too many questions. I just jumped on there.
But he handled the bike, and so here's what I would say is, at first I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna be too fast for him. It's just gonna take off, and it's like he just handled the speed, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And I came away from that thinking like, what we need to do? We need to make this thing faster for him. Is what we got to do.
If you don't make everyone's fast, just make mine fast.
So
maybe not everyone can do what I do. I'm a bit of a daredevil.
So what I would say is, a few different things in changing it from a hub drive to a mid drive. So traditionally, and Tyson's going to know this, but traditionally, almost every motorcycle is a mid drive motorcycle. So motors in the middle. It's either chain or belt driven to the rear wheel. That's just the way that pretty much every motorcycle has ever been done from the beginning.
Right.
When we built the prototype for the Ghost, and we put the motor in the rear wheel, it's really nice because it's quiet back there, but we were just trying to do something as easy as like take the tire into a motorcycle shop, because we were super busy getting the prototypes ready, and we're like, well, screw it, like someone can mount these tires for us, let's just take it in. We took the wheel into about 5 different motorcycle shops, and 4 of them said, go away with that thing, right? We're not touching that. Right. We don't want to touch it with the motor in the middle of the wheel, nor will we true it, nor will we fix your spokes, like just take it somewhere else. We didn't like that experience. We want everybody to be able to go into almost any motorcycle shop if they've got to fix a tire and have that motorcycle shop say, cool, I know how to work on this, right? Because when you put the motor in the middle, they just know how to deal with that. It's a normal back wheel. It's got a normal motorcycle hub on it. It's got a normal sprocket on it.
Would a bicycle shop be able to do this? Because those are more easy to find than a motorcycle shop.
It's more a motorcycle shop because it's got motorcycle tires on it, and most bicycle shops don't have the tire spoons to put the motorcycle tires on. When you change it to a mid drive as well, it changes where the weight sits in the bike. So it puts all the weight in the center. And Tyson, as you know, and as we've talked about this with you, that stabilizes the bike quite a bit more, right? It changes the suspension dynamics because you don't have as much weight in the back wheel, right? Like you change the back wheel's weight from a 35-pound wheel with a motor in the middle of it to just like a 15-pound wheel with no motor in the middle of it, right? For everybody that loves to accessorize their bike, and I don't know a human on this planet that buys a motorcycle that doesn't like to accessorize their bike. Right. If you've got your eye on some set of rims out there that you want to put on this, now you have that ability, right? Because with the hub motor in the middle of it, you're kind of stuck to figuring out how you're gonna change the rims. Now the world is kind of open to do whatever you want. So better suspension, better handling, customization of it, and a hell of a lot more torque.
Wow.
So now the torque is, I have trouble getting it past a quarter throttle without it ready to loop out on me. So this thing is a wheelie machine now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You better put a disclaimer in there then. We don't want anybody getting hurt.
And Tyson knows this too, and anyone that knows motorcycles knows this as well. Like, you change the size of the rear sprocket, you change the whole driving dynamics of the bike. If you put a smaller rear sprocket on, you lower your acceleration, but you can get a heck of a lot more top speed, right? If you change to a really, really big rear sprocket, now you got a trick bike, right?
Because you get more torque.
It's so much torque, right?
Yeah.
So the Ghost is almost a jumping machine now, right? So it's.
I'm just nodding and envisioning myself doing wheelies all over South Beach. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that part of it. I really am. That's my thing. So it might not be everybody else's, but yeah.
So lots of questions on
Awesome.
like why we would go to mid drive, but I think that kind of sums it up as a overall better choice for this thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, one of the coolest updates that we've made is that we have added an EV charger to this. So you can now charge at EV stations, which is, you can't really find this on any other models.
No, I looked all weekend to see if I could find a bike or a scooter or anything. There was nothing possible. And I have two neighbors who have Teslas. So I'll be going to their house to charge. So they told me I could bring my bike over there and charge if I wanted to. So that was good.
So yeah, so we added a J1772 charging output to it. So yeah, if you can go anywhere where there's a charging station like that, you can take one of the Cherry parking spots. It's got those there, and you can park your bike there, have some lunch, and the thing will be all charged up for you. And
it's in the building ordinance here in Florida now that every new building that's built after 2022 has to now have the charging stations. So that's great for us here in Florida. Also, how long does this what's a quick charge? Can you break that down for us?
Yeah, so it's about from the typical charge range that people are charging from it's usually somewhere around like 25% to full. That's going to happen in about 1.5 to 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like a 20-minute charge, but
it's not a quick.
It's still basically having this still opens up the possibilities of being able to take it down to work, charge it while you're at work and take it back home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we still have the regular charger for plugging into the wall as well. So basically the charger is now in the tank. We'll call it the tank. And so you plug in there. You can also remove the tank top to bring it into your house to charge if you want to charge.
That's smart.
The regular
wall.
So
you don't have to
so
the whole bike
do both ways.
Okay, what about us trying to put a USB charger on there? That would be good for people who want to charge in their cell phones and other things.
Yep.
That might be a good idea.
That's a part of the display. The display has that, right, Andrew?
See that, guys? I'm always looking out for you.
Yeah. And so the charger itself too, if you, like Andy was saying, if you're not near an EV charging station and you're going somewhere where you think you're going to need to be able to charge the bike, and there's a 110 volt outlet around, like this is the extent of what you got to bring with you, right? Because this basically now, like, because it's got an onboard charger in it, you can basically pull up to just about any wall outlet and plug the bike in with this. There's no bulky charger or anything.
So if you're at Starbucks or a cafe or something, you could.
Yeah, you just pull up.
Charge your cafe cruiser.
Find one of these, plug it into the wall, and it's all there. So we made that for just like ultimate convenience, and anywhere you're going, you can now plug it in. So which is very unique to the Voodoo and Ghost.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're really excited about that, and it like the challenge is
Mhm.
is that the chargers on these things are typically like quite large. So it's pretty easy to do in an electric Harley Davidson when the thing is like, you know, a 600-pound bike, right? Because there's a lot of places to hide or put a charger
Right.
that size, right? In a bike that's this sort of small, light, maneuverable, that's the engineering challenge that we kind of had to overcome is like, how do we make a charger that's small? How do we fit it somewhere where it's concealed? How do we still keep the bike very light and airy? And yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's been fun. So we've been definitely busy.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and Andrew, why don't you fill everyone in on some of the other design work that you've been working on with Bot Power?
Yeah. So yeah, we've engaged a group in Spain called Bot Power, and they're a motorcycle engineering and racing company. They've worked with Yamaha, they've worked with Buell, they've worked with Kawasaki, they've worked with pretty much all the best motorcycle companies in the world. So we're in really good company in them taking us on and working with us. In this sort of like light electric space, you're not going to find a lot of companies like us who have said, okay, let's really look at stress testing this vehicle.
Mhm.
Let's really look at figuring out suspension dynamics and cornering dynamics and torsional rigidity. And like you're going to find that when you go to a Ducati, obviously,
Right, because of the trellis frame. Yeah.
But if you look at other light e-bike companies, it's more difficult to find folks like us that have gone to this extent, and we're really excited about the partnership that we've had with Bot Power.
Okay.
We took that prototype that we had Tyson on in Miami, and we said, okay, you know, this was good, but this was a little
better.
this was a little bit narrow. The reach was a little bit maybe long this way. Like let's make a few more updates. So we updated the panels. So the panel design is all now been revamped again. So and it's looking it's looking really hot. And we're really excited about that. We changed the functional airflow over the mid-drive motor so that as an air-cooled motor, it's getting all the airflow with the functional panel design, which is really exciting. We've lessened the reach on it. We've included a locking mechanism for the battery. This EV charging output, which actually goes like right in the top of the tank, has all been updated. And then obviously the kind of the suspension and rigidity dynamics with the motor being mounted in the middle. So lots and lots of really cool updates that we've done with Bot Power since we released this prototype in Miami. So we've been busy.
We've lost some weight as well, haven't we?
We've only probably reduced it by about 5 pounds. So it's like we're still
well, 5 pounds on a motorcycle is a big difference.
Yeah.
If people know that, know about bikes.
Yeah. So we're a very light, very capable motorcycle now. And the motor itself is from a company called Mott Energy in California. So it's you're not going to find a lot of sort of US based motor companies, and so
that's very rare.
Yeah, so we were pretty excited to work with them.
It's almost like a Dodge car, partially made in Canada, partially made in America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, why don't we jump in? There's quite a few questions coming in. Yes. I know a few of them that are going to come up. So why don't we we've already talked about charging time. Actually, you know what? Let's just get into the ones people are asking here. I've got them all marked off. So, okay. So Mad Mike is asking about first shipping time frame. So if you get your orders in by Friday, we are targeting June for the first batch. So you do want to get in by Friday because that will be the cutoff for this first batch. So
and how many in the first batch, roughly?
About 50.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we'll have another batch following
Right.
like a month or two later. So we're doing small batches.
Okay.
To roll out. We always get tons of feedback as
Because this is
the
not a
bikes go out.
production line, right? It's not a huge production line. These are kind of handmade. So
These are being made just outside of Calgary.
yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Just so people know. So it's not we're not doing like a production line kind of thing.
Yeah. Small batches.
Yeah. The batches will continue to grow, but through this year will be fairly small batches and limited quantities, and so you really do want to get your orders in. Yeah.
I got 27 friends already waiting on theirs, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing. At least that's what they're telling me. They're excited. So that's the feedback on my side.
Nice.
Yeah.
Will there be app connectivity?
No, the battery doesn't have app connectivity. No.
Okay. I mean, what apps could you really connect? What would be an app that somebody might want to connect? Maybe maps or navigation or something like that.
So within the like in the, I would say, the deep cells of the EV community, there are people that want all the stats of basically the battery cells within the battery, because you can actually, if you get really deep into it, you can check the stats of each individual battery cell. So let's say you have a battery issue, you'd eventually be able to say, oh, okay, one of my battery cells is marked as kind of low voltage, which is why the battery management system and the battery is saying, this battery is not good because one of the battery cells is dead. Yeah. Okay.
Would that be something that we could add later?
That's something that we have plans to add in the future. Yep.
All right, good.
Yeah.
We've got some pretty fun plans around an app, but we can't really say too much because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Tell them everything. You gotta let them. You gotta keep them hanging for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next question here: will charging with an EV charger affect the battery?
No. I mean, any charger that you use is meant to handle the input voltage of an EV station versus a wall plug, right? So the EV charger itself brings in either 110 volt, or at an EV charging station, it's going to bring in 240 volt. It's going to do the conversion and feed the battery what it needs at the pace that the battery needs it at. So no, there's no issue in charging at the EV charger.
Great. Is there a keyed ignition or some sort of security on the bike?
Yes, to both. So to turn on the bike, you do need a key. Which is different from the prototype that we had out in Miami, but you do need a key to turn it on. And it will come with an alarm system as well, which is a motion sensing alarm. So it's a keyless motion sensing alarm. So yeah. Oh yeah.
Question.
Freddie had that question as well. So
yeah, another security question. Are you going to have the locking handlebars like a real motorcycle? Body locks.
This one doesn't have locking handlebars. It's got a motion.
Yeah, we need to figure that one out, because that I mean, there's hardly anything stopping you from pushing the bike into a van.
Yeah, other than
the lock, then they can't really.
Other than the motion sensing alarm, right? Because the alarm's basically going off while you're doing that.
I hope it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And that was and that was Shreddy's question as well. It looked like.
Yeah, I had that up on there too. Yeah. So the EV charger, it's not either of those, correct?
This is a level one charger. Yeah. Well, which also does charge at level 2 stations. So J1772 chargers will charge as a 240 volt charge at level 2. Yeah.
Cool. How are these things legal? Well,
Depending on the state.
It's a gray area.
Yeah. So there is a gray area on this, and in the fact that these bikes are all software enabled. So electric bikes all have software systems in them that enable power. So out of the gates, the Ghost and the Voodoo come with 2 power settings, and the power button's right on the handlebar. The lower power setting is 750 watts and will max out at a certain speed, depending on Canada or the United States. Quebec here, which he's talking about, is 500 watts max, and that's across Canada. So Canadian bikes will come out of the gates with an e-bike speed on them that is 500 watts max. In both countries, there is a legal weight to these bikes, of which is usually up to about 100 kilograms, about 220 pounds. Mm-hmm. So, it is a 220 pound, 500 watt bike with the legal speed on it. In the off-road setting, with the VIN that we're putting on this, it comes out of the gates with an off-road VIN. So legally, it is an off-road vehicle, which has an off-road VIN on it. Next question that's kind of here is, can you register it with the DMV? Which Andy's DJing the questions here really well, because they're kind of they're all feeding into each other here, which is good. Yeah. So can you register with the DMV? It can be registered in every province and state as an off-road motorcycle. Yeah. We are including in the box with everything the DOT approved headlights, taillights, turn signals, right. Mirrors. So it really depends state to state and province to province if your province and or state will allow you to convert that with all of those pieces on there, right, to a street legal bike. There's most states from folks that we talked about, there's not really an issue in doing that conversion. Someone at the DMV will come out, look to see that you've got the DOT labels on the turn lights, signals, right, yeah, headlights, say, okay, we're all good, and issue you a plate. It could then be basically legally issued a plate for a moped. Okay. Yeah.
And then there's places like, we had the first prototype out in New York, and in New York City, it's all fully legal as a street legal vehicle. So it really is, you just kind of got to know the rules in your city and state and abide by those, or don't. It's your call.
Yeah.
But
and it really does almost come down to the city. So when people are asking like that, and that's the challenge, is that you've got to go into your DMV in your specific city and say, if I bring one of these in, what will it do? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Moving on, the bike weight.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's something that people are asking.
165 pounds with the battery, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without the battery, it's about 120 pounds. So it's about a 45-pound battery.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the weight capacity outside of the weight of the bike is 400 pounds. So this thing can handle some weight and some cargo, which is awesome.
Me and Andrew was on it.
Yeah.
But our fat asses, we were on there. And it had some great pickup.
Yeah, so realistically, all you've got to do, if you're a heavier rider, you'll just have to change out the spring rate on the spring itself, and we'll make some of those available in the store, because it comes with a 450-pound spring rate to begin with, and then you just kind of go up from there. If you feel like you need a stiffer spring, you just change the spring out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
And then while we're talking weight,
days with this thing.
What's that, sorry?
I might try to take it to the track and do some track days with it.
You should.
Yeah.
You should, yeah.
And then while we're talking weight, just as far as the size of the bike as well. So the seat height of the Voodoo is 32.5 inches and the Ghost is 33.5. So it'll fit most people from like 5'6" to 6'6".
6'6", right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sat on it pretty comfortable, and my feet were flat on the ground, and I'm 6'1", 6'2", so
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
friend. I had a friend over here the other day, and he's 6'10", and he was riding it around.
Oh, really?
I
Okay. So
mean, he was pretty
some of
happy.
these NBA guys can get on it then.
But he did make it look small.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I tried to put Shaquille O'Neal on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else do we got here? We've already chatted about registration.
Okay.
Someone on Instagram has a question.
Someone's asking for photos,
Someone-
updates. Yeah.
Someone on Instagram is asking about when did Tyson start riding motorcycles?
I started riding when I was like 12, 13 years old with just 80 series and 125 series dirt bikes in the neighborhood, real hooligan style, and not knowing, I didn't know how to even ride a motorcycle. I just winged it, my first few shifts were really I stalled a few times, and then once my friend told me how to let it out slowly and real smooth, and that was it. And then I had never been taught how to drive a manual shift car either. I just got in it and took the theory of the motorcycle, and then started to learn to drive a manual shift. So it all started from the bikes, from BMX bikes to dirt bikes to street bikes, now electric bikes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So going back through these questions here. So photos and videos. I know the site. I apologize. There's a little mismatch of the photos and the information on there. All of the written information is up to date, and that's kind of what we're sharing with you today. We are working to get updated images as soon as possible. I don't know, Andrew, when do you think we'll have some more to share?
Yeah, we're racing to the finish line. We hope that we have a few more images to share towards the end of this week, and towards the end of next week we'll have
that's what everyone's waiting for. Images. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the prototype drawings, but
towards the end of next week we'll have kind of completed renders with updated decals and all of that kind of on there as well. So yeah, it's coming. Cool. It's coming fast. Everything's basically running all at the same time. We've started production. We're working towards build. It's all going to basically come together right at the end here. Yeah.
Okay, I got a friend who runs a tactical company here in the States, and his question to me was, can I get it done, custom painted multicam? And I said, I'm sure if you're willing to pay for it, we could probably send it somewhere and get it done for you. So, what do you guys say to stuff like that when people come and say, hey, I want a pink ghost,
Yes. We're trying not to entertain too many custom options right now, but again, the frames that we're doing are all kind of raw and done in Canada, and
I'm sure they can find it somewhere local to get it customized,
Yeah, just where we're at as a company right now, we can't do too much custom stuff, just because we want to make sure we get all of the base products and get our lineup done right. And then, down the road, never say never.
Right.
But we just really want to serve all of our customers as well as possible with what we have available.
Just a question I had to ask,
No, totally get it. And we would love to be able to do that. And one of the things that we've thrown around is, we're doing the limited edition, obviously, with you. And then, maybe down the road, it is like little small drops of different colors and, more limited editions So once we kind of get the product line nailed down, then you'll start to see more of that.
All right, cool. Nice.
All right. We got a few more questions coming up here. So can you set the parameters of the charging 20 to 80%?
No, it's
Andrew?
not. It's not a programmable charger in that way. So it's not like the Grin satiator, which is what you're kind of asking about on this one. It's you can't set it to the 80% charge level.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Question about the peak watts. So 18,000 K peak. Yes.
Yep. 18,000. That I know. That's a lot of watts
Yes, it is.
for
Yes,
such a
it
small
is.
bike. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We've got more about registration. So is the VIN stamped into the metal frame?
It's not stamped into the metal frame. It's on like a placard that's on the side of the frame where a lot of motorcycles have it, kind of on the down tube.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
Okay, what kind of range will the Ghost have? So range is obviously going to be very dependent on how you ride, your weight, any cargo you're carrying. So we have at the legal e-bike speed, which I don't imagine many of you will be going, but if you are, you'll get about 60 miles at an average speed of about 40. And this is all considering a 175-pound rider. I should reference that.
Right.
At about 40 miles an hour, you'll get 45 miles. And then at top speed, you'll get about 25 miles of range.
Right.
Yeah, like we're trying to be super conservative on that. I know that like if you look at our battery size versus some of our competitors, we're in a similar size range against some others. And we've seen ranges posted, with that battery size anywhere from like 150 miles and up, right? And so, I have to sort of say that that's not a conservative estimate to say that it'll go 150 miles on this, right? If you think about it, right, at speed, you're going to be using in and around 3,000 watts. So going to what Andy was saying at around like 55 miles an hour, right? It's going to last you somewhere around an hour or so. So that's about as far as you're going to go, right? You're going to go 55 miles in and around there at that speed. If you're stop and go, and every time you're going, you're putting 18,000 watts into it. Yeah, you eat through the power that way, right? But
yeah, you can turn it.
But it's an enjoyable 30 miles.
Yeah, we were filming the first prototype stuff. We didn't have to charge for a while. And I was on it pretty hard. So, and I'm roughly around 190, 195. So you can imagine how much power we were burning.
Yeah, and the question is it still a 72 volt 50 amp hour? It's 48 amp hour just because of the battery cells that we're using. So it changes the configuration of the battery, but it ended up as a 72 volt 48 amp hour.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Is the battery removable, and can we buy an extra?
Yes.
Yeah, the battery
is removable.
Yes, it is removable, and yes, you will be able to buy an extra battery. It's not something you were going to ride around with in a backpack likely, because it is a 45-pound metal box.
Well, us strong guys could do it. Yes, I guess some people will be able to do that.
Yeah.
I already know where this guy is going. He's thinking like, can I ride to another state? He's thinking. He's thinking about doing trips on this thing.
All right, we got a question about regen brakes here.
Okay.
Yeah, so a regenerative brake works whether or not it's a hub motor or a mid-drive motor. It's the same in either way, because if you look at the way that a motor is set up, a mid-drive motor, it looks exactly like a hub motor inside. It's just a big wheel of magnets, and so regenerative braking just puts in a reverse negative force against that, and so it forces negatively against the chain and slows the back wheel down that way. Yeah, the
braking was exceptional on that thing. It was just as good as my Ducati, I have to say, and I'm running like big disc and big pistons on that thing, and it stopped just as good.
Yeah,
I'm really impressed with the braking.
So the brakes that we've got on it now, we've made a really good deal with a company called Magura out of Germany, and they've produced some amazing power sports brakes. So we're really stoked about putting those on there. Yeah.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. We are slowly making our way through these. If you have any other questions, throw them in the chat, whether you're on whatever platform you're on. We're checking both here.
Yeah.
So does the bike arrive fully assembled? So we're still confirming how it's going to arrive, but one of the things we have been toying with is offering an upgraded white glove delivery option. So if you don't want to assemble anything, that will be available for an extra charge likely. And then if you just go with the standard option, there will be a bit of assembly required. But I don't think we can tell you how much yet. Or Andrew, do you have a better idea of that at this point?
Not quite yet. No. Yeah.
Okay. So stay tuned for that. But if you do want it fully assembled, we likely will have that option for you. There's a question about the display. So the images on the website do need to be updated. So read the information, and then the pictures are slightly misleading at this point, and we apologize for that. We're trying to get updates as soon as possible. But Andrew, can you maybe talk about what the display looks like now?
Yeah, so the display is from a company called APT. It's the APT 750C. So you can look that up. It does sit in the middle of the handlebars. It's not the same as what the Onyx RCR uses, which is the CT22 display. So we're not using that one out of the gates. We are using the APT 750C. So yeah. If you just search that up in Google, you'll find what the exact display looks like.
Cool. All right, more questions coming here. Do you offer a locking soft cover?
Soft cover. I'm not really sure what that is. Meaning like
basically a nice cover for your bike.
Oh, like over the top with the locker on the bottom.
Yeah, with the locker underneath. A lot of people here park their mopeds outside due to the fact that they don't have a covered garage space to park their bikes. So, that's one thing I always buy the bike cover.
We don't out of the gate, so we don't have that accessory. But obviously, it's the size of a standard motorcycle. So wherever you buy those accessories now, should be available. Yeah,
and we will be looking to curate some more accessories for our online store. Just lots happening here, so we're prioritizing.
Something that we should think about for sure if we get enough.
Yeah, we'll definitely look at that.
I wouldn't mind having a cover.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. All right. Jesse James. He wants us to sell them on these different bikes versus ours.
Okay.
So the Suron, so I mean, obviously we're the cheapest of all of these. I don't think that this is a hard one at all. So pretty easy. We are a very, very similar spec to the Zero FXE. The Zero has a battery that at the higher spec is double the size of the Voodoo, but it comes at a weight penalty of 220 some pounds for that bike, and is double the price of ours. So you're basically paying double the price for what's only just a slightly larger range. The Suron Ultra B, I mean, it's a different bike altogether. It's a full-on dirt bike, and it's not a bike that is manufactured in North America. We've got
where is that one made?
That's made by Ninebot Segway in China.
Okay.
Yeah, but not to say that those are bad bikes and Ninebot Segway.
No, they look great. I mean, they're good-looking bikes.
Ninebot is a fabulous company, and the Suron Ultra B has got a similar spec to to ours as well. We're going to have, we've got higher torque in our bike. We've got a similar motor. So it's really going to kind of depend on what you like for look, but we're going to beat them at torque and acceleration. Like our motor is significantly more powerful than what is in the Ultra B, and our top speed is a lot higher as well. So I don't think I don't think it's a tough decision. Like I think that's an easy one, but yeah, it's up to you.
So Jesse, did we sell you, or how did we do there? Let us know. Let us know.
Yes, please.
Okay. Speaking of extra battery, will you be considering a battery blender mixer?
Yeah, it can't have a battery blender on it because it's like this is a 45-pound battery that sits in the middle of the frame. In order to have a battery blender, you'd need two of them sat on the same frame. So you're taking it up to like 90 pounds worth of batteries, and we would need to find another space for that battery to go.
Right.
There's no plans for that right now because your battery blenders are a bit more found in bikes that are like the Lyric Graffiti, where you've got two smaller 9-pound batteries. This is not, this is not typically found. That is the setup that's on like a Zero FXE, and maybe in future iterations of the Voodoo where we go, full street touring bike. Andy's going to slap me for coming up with any more products, but
yeah. Stop.
If we were ever to do something like that, then we would look at two 50-60 pound batteries, of which we'd be using a battery blender at that time, but not for what the Voodoo and Ghost is for.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyson, one for you here.
Okay.
What kind of Ducati do you have?
I have two Ducatis actually. I have a 22 Street Fighter V4 SB, and then I also have a 2018 Ducati Hypermotard SB. So they're both race bikes, and I do take them to the track. So yeah, that Bermuda is worth some serious money. So I don't know if I was him, I would be riding it. It'd probably like sitting in my living room and let people come over and look at it. I'd be so scared to take that on the street because that's a very nice bike he has.
Yeah. And another one here. Someone wants to open up a shop with you in Vegas. So
oh man, let's talk about it. Because I'm a Raiders. They know I'm a Raiders fan as well. So yeah, I'd love to do that. I mean, we could do all kinds of stuff. Harleys, electric bikes. Dirt bikes. Yeah, bro. DM me, my brother. DM me. Let's talk.
And then we've got a question here about, can I fit the Sur-On back rack on the Ghost? I guess no. I don't know.
So we will have a rack for the Ghost and the Voodoo, but attachment points for any of these racks are very specific to the bike itself. You
lose that passenger seat a little bit.
You'd lose the rack is going to cover a portion, like it's going to come up just a little bit over the back of the passenger portion, but it does have specific attachment points, so you can't really look to put another bike's back rack onto the.
My computer battery's going low, so hold on, I gotta plug in. Keep talking about it. I can hear you.
I think we are almost good here. It looks like the bulk of the questions have been answered.
Someone on Instagram asked if Tyson.
Let's talk about some of these pop-up tours we're going to show up at.
So,
yes.
If they want to come out and see us in places, I know there's a lot of people want to come say hello to myself and Andy because we're so good looking.
Yeah, we're putting all of the plans into place right now, but it's looking like we will be at the Electrify Expo in Long Beach in towards the end of May. I think it's the 19th. What is it? The 20th and 21st of May.
21st.
San Francisco Electrify Expo, which is June 24th and 25th. And then New York is August 12th and 13th. So those are the kind of shows we'll be going to, but we're also going to be spending some time down in California over the next few months. So
yeah, because someone just asked me if we're going to be in LA, and is there a showroom in LA? No, I guess we can kind of post where we are those days, and if you guys want to come out and say hello to us.
Yeah, we are actually exploring doing a few pop-up shops for a few weekends in different locations in California. We don't have that confirmed just yet. So if you haven't already joined our VIP email list, definitely do that. You can find the links all over the website on our social channels. So do that, and we'll be keeping everyone posted on if and when those are happening. So yeah, we're just kind of working out the details and all of that.
Look, we're getting people from Iraq too.
Hey,
people from Iraq. That's cool.
Okay, I think we have got one last question here, which we didn't talk about this. So pedal assist.
Yeah. So the pedals that will be on the bike. I mean, obviously it's a 165-pound motorbike. We did, when we built the prototype, there was a chain that went to the back wheel. When it was dead and you tried to pedal it, and you find this with any of these bikes that are 100 pounds and up, it's basically impossible to pedal it. So we put the mid drive in. We said, okay, it doesn't need a chain to the back wheel, but we did keep the electronic actuation for the pedals. So when you turn the pedals, it will tell the motor to turn on, and it will power the bike to move forward. But it's electronic actuation of the motor. So if the battery's dead, the pedals won't make the bike go anywhere, because it's just basically telling the motor to move, right? But if you want to be riding down the street, you want to be turning your legs, looking like you're pedaling a bike, and the bike's going, it does do that, yes. Yeah.
That's in case the cops pull up and you want to shake the ball.
I'm on a bicycle. I'm on a bicycle. Yeah.
Minding my business.
Exactly.
That's it.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Well, I think we are pretty much at time here. So if you do have any other questions, or you're watching the replay of this, go ahead and just throw them in the comments, and we'll keep checking for the next few days and try and get back to you guys.
And guys, take advantage of this $1,000 savings that, you get your order in by Friday. You could be in that first batch, because I'm not letting anybody ride mine. If you see me on South Beach, no, I might let you ride it. If I think you look like you know what you're doing, I might let you ride. Yeah.
I love it. And in New York, sorry, someone's asking where we'll be in New York. So you can check out the Electrify Expo website for all the locations. We'll be Long Beach, San Francisco, New York.
Right.
So check the locations there. And then for pop-ups, we'll keep you posted on that as everything is confirmed.
I can't wait to go to New York City with this thing. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait to go to New York just in general. It's been a long time. Okay, cool. Well, I think
all right, guys,
we'll probably wrap there. So if you guys have any other questions, do let us know. But Tyson, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, no problem.
For the hour.
I love getting these updates. These are great, and I get to share them with my followers, because they're probably like, when's this bike coming out? So it's a lot of that, some of the feedback, but we're looking forward to it. All this time that it's taken. It's great, because we've been adding especially the EV update with the charging of the battery. That's going to be incredible. I think that's a very big deal. I don't think anyone else is doing that, not that I've seen, but this is going to be really good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, later.
Okay.
Bye.
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 Oh, I think you're still live on Instagram. Oh, okay, we're good.